Hey guys, welcome to Redline Talk Show. I'm here today with Iriana and our special guest. Her name is Aferdita Delaj, who is a devoted advocate for the Albanian culture and heritage. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Aferdita.
Thank you for having me.
So, Aferdita, I know you grew up in Albania. You came here to America in 2001, and then you started working very heavily with the community. And you are a published author. You have you have a published magazine, an Albanian cookbook, and a collection of traditional fables that you actually published as well.
Yes, that's a part of my work here
Okay.
in the US. Because I have found myself like being Albanian, it's actually more about my creative part of me. It's
Mm-hmm.
the Albanian literature, history, and everything that comes with it. And it all started when my son was little, when
Okay.
my youngest turned 5, and I joined the Albanian schools. Alba Life, yes.
Tell us a
in
little bit
Brooklyn.
about that. What inspired you to get into this whole journey of
Um,
writing all these books?
Actually, even joining the Albanian school, it just happened all of a sudden because I took my son to class.
Yeah.
And the first day of class, you know how they play the hymn when the class starts, and I just started crying. Tears started rolling in my eyes. It was because I was so surprised all of a sudden. You know, you're in the classroom, and because I used to be a teacher in Albania, so and then. Chemali, apparently, when he was editing the videos at home, he saw me and then he contacted me and we spoke. And I told him that I was a teacher. And he was like, "Would you like to join?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I arranged my schedules, of course, changed my work, and I started teaching in an Albanian school. And I loved it. And I taught there until my son went to junior high, and then he just didn't want to go anymore.
What were you teaching at the Albanian school? Was it language? Was it the culture?
Here's the thing. You start with so little in the Albanian school because you just start teaching them the ABC, but then it expands more. Especially Alba Life gives you that. You have space to grow. And you have that option there with the children. So I brought like we have he sings, you know, when we bring choreographers to teach them. So that was part of it. And then we took part in the festivals, and you get to be creative. And I loved it. I loved every single minute of
It's
it.
a nice way for you to bond with your child.
Oh my
also
God!
on the
Yes,
off days as
yes,
well.
that one too. But in the beginning, I left my son with the other teachers because the other
Nobody
teachers
wants to
were
work with the mom.
amazing too. My son, the first few times when they put him on the stage, we just get up on the stage and then we just go down and then put him right back up.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yes, yeah. But and then you stay with those children as they grow. And the thing is that the children who are born in U.S., they don't see Albanian, the Albanian language as us do, or as the ones, the children in Albania see it. For them, it's different. It's like it comes from their soul. It's their mother. It's like they are like awed by it.
Right.
So, and then you have to feed into that. You cannot treat the children in the Albanian schools, for example, like in a regular school, in a day school where they have a curriculum, and it's different story. But in the Albanian school, you have to give them that freedom to even feel loved and heard, and it's different.
And explore that passion that they feel for
Definitely.
the country.
Definitely, because it's their mother songs. Imagine every single mother when their children go to sleep. What do they sing? They sing in Albanian. They sing in Nana.
Yeah.
It's like, so that's what brings out for them.
So I want to ask you a question. What inspired you to create the Votra Magazine? Which we have a copy of it right here, actually.
Yeah, that's
Very,
Albana with
very
the
lovely
little
magazine.
dealy. Oh, it was such a joy doing this photo shoot. And Votra started after I stopped working in the school in Alba Life.
Okay.
And it was something that was needed because by then there wasn't much being done for the diaspora, for the children, diaspora, for the diaspora families. So that was something then, and the magazine would bring that.
What year did you start this?
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been out for a few years.
Yes, yes. But then we stopped during COVID. We
Yeah.
stopped, and so now we're gonna restart again.
Okay.
Because to tell the truth, even when I stopped, it felt like stopping so abruptly. I felt like I let down all my staff and everyone who helped me so much with the
Yeah.
magazine. And because the staff was in Kosovo, the designer is in Kosovo, the journalists were in Kosovo and in Albania. And so it was like, but we're going to start again. We have now a team in Albania, but mostly we're going to do it online. We're more focused on
tell us-
bringing out books
Yeah.
now.
Tell us a little bit about the messaging. Like, what do you hope to? What's the message around the magazine? Like, are you promoting different articles, lifestyles? What's
It has everything for an Albanian family, and it means like we're Albanian family where every member of it matters.
Okay.
It's and then we have stories from the grandparents. Like there are some journalists in there who have brought stories with their grandmothers, and then we have for families and the parents. They have all not only within the families but even professional life that they
Okay.
are, because they run businesses and they have different professions, so they bring that.
So you're
And then we
capturing
brought
stories.
ethnography,
Yeah.
yes, and we brought like dances and songs and customs and cultures, and we have editors who did just, for example, the wise sayings from Albania, from different parts. It's all staff there. If you look at the first page, it was, and yeah, that's another thing about the magazine. When we started, it was the people that we contacted. They were all ready to help. Everybody is like okay, it's ready to help all
Yeah.
the time. Every time you want to do something, and they see that you're passionate about it and you're open about it, and you just want to bring the beauty and bring the best out of the culture. They are just out. So yeah, so it's the whole
Oh,
stuff.
that's a
Yeah, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people.
Talk to
bringing it.
us about the first edition publication of your magazine. Where was this sold? How many were sold? How was your feeling towards that project?
The first one, when we started, we were like thinking we weren't even sure if we're going to do it only in Albanian or bring it in both languages. But then we decided to just do it in Albanian because it was more complicated even to do it in English, and way more expensive, because you need the editors and the American-born editors to properly edit, because no matter how we can edit and we can write, but we need, for example, the book. We have two editors. We had two American editors to do the book. So we decided to leave it in Albanian, the magazine, but online in the website, it was the option to translate, to read it in the English. And the whole magazine was online too. Then we started with 2,000 copies. We went to 5,000 copies.
Wow.
wow.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it totally sold. Yes, especially in the airport in Kosovo. That's why I am a little bit still upset about the fact that they changed the airport, whoever has like the stores there.
Yeah.
They don't have books anymore in the airport in Kosovo.
Oh, really?
But yes, we couldn't keep up with the magazine in Kosovo. It all sold out. The first time when the magazine sold out, oh my gosh, I don't have that magazine with me. It's with Frederick Notzi. It was one of my favorite photo shoots that we did in Shkodra with Frederick Notzi and his beautiful family, Elisa. And then I didn't have any more copies.
So what
It
is
was like I
So
hid for the whole
5,000
day.
from 2,000, it went to 5,000. You probably should have made 10,000.
Actually, we went with Frederick to a printing house here in the Bronx and asked about the prices, if we could just print some more copies. And the time to print it, for me to send it to the stores, it was just too short and too expensive.
Right.
So we didn't do it. But yeah.
So what's the plan now? Do you want to keep it on the hardcover paper, or you want to switch to online?
I am still thinking about it, and we're discussing it with my team. And definitely not going to do it as I did before.
Okay.
But what I would like, so it's going to be online. We are doing interviews and we have a whole bunch of them already ready, which we're posting because now we have an IT team in Albania. We
Okay.
hired one of a company there because it's hard to even keep with the website and everything.
Yeah.
So now I am so relieved. It's a group of girls that have opened an IT company, and which is great. So they are going to do like all everything is going to be online within the magazine, but in the same time I really would like to just bring one a year, like a hardcover, make it like a coffee
Right.
book. So let's see, that's
That would be
something that
nice. Kind of
I would like
encompassing all of the articles
yes,
throughout the
yes,
year,
through
all
the
of the
year,
highlights.
yes,
A
through
nice
the highlights,
hardcover
yes,
to leave on the table,
yes.
like you said.
Because here's the thing, the magazine wasn't created like a how can I say it? To read and to
And
throw.
throw it away, yes.
Yes, so
I
that
mean,
was the
I
thing
was just
about
looking at
it.
it,
It
and
wasn't something like
No,
a
the quality is
daily.
very
the
good.
quality is amazing. The photos, like
it's not
just how do you throw away
oh my gosh,
this like
we
picture?
had
Like this is just an amazing picture.
all of those are the illustrator. That's an illustrator, and the
Yeah.
designer was Razar Galica, and he's a professor in Kosovo. So, and then
Like it's
the
literally made like a copybook.
photographers, yes, we
Yeah.
have the photographers from all over Albania, Kosovo. That one is from Calabria.
Wow,
Yes, it's
That's
very
very
nice.
nice. So let's talk about also you wrote a book. Let me pull this one. It's a cooking book. It's
yes.
called Eating Albanian. Okay, very nice.
Yeah, we played with the title. Me and Liliana Gashi wrote that.
Okay, very nice. Tell us a little bit about this book and how did this project come about.
Oh my gosh. You remember during COVID when we couldn't go anywhere?
And
all
everyone
our
was
Yeah.
trying to make
shops?
bread.
Yes, but my business, I was still running my business. So I had to be all over the city. There is actually close to where we are now in Borough, there's a Barnes and Nobles, and it has a Starbucks inside. So when they started opening them, you would just sit on the tables like 6 feet. So they put the tables within the library. They put them all over the library. So I go and I sat there, I take my coffee. I was like overjoyed. It was my first Starbucks coffee that I was drinking in a while. And my table was right by the cookbooks.
Okay.
So in Barnes and Nobles, like they have like the cookbooks from all over the world.
Yes. Yes.
So now imagine me, and curious. So I'm like, okay, is there any Albanian cookbook in here? I get up, I looked, both sides, zero, none.
Wow.
And then I called a friend of mine. He's a photographer, and I called Ilir, and I'm like, okay, I really want to do a cookbook. Would you help with the pictures? And he's like, sure, no problem at all. But then it's because I'm not a cook.
Yeah, where'd you get the recipes?
With my friend Liliana is more of a cook.
Okay.
And then the recipes came from our friends, our families, and Albanian recipes are simple. We don't
Yeah.
have like complicated food because the way how Albanians recipes are created, our mothers and grandmothers, they didn't have much. So they just tried to make do with whatever they had, so that's what we brought here. I called Liliana same day, and I'm like, Lily, would you be in to make a cookbook? And she was like, sure. And that's how we
just naturally
started.
evolved.
Yes, because that's how the first time, even when me and Liliana met, was through food, through the magazine. And our friend of ours told me that there is, this woman in New Jersey. She's a businesswoman, and she's a mother and grandmother too. And but she loves cooking, and she cooks a lot, Albanian food. And I'm like, and then at the same time, she said like her children come all the time home, and like, okay, what does she make that she makes her children come all the time at home? So I go there, and Lily had filled up all this table with all kinds of Albanian foods. We stayed for hours, and that's how our friendship
So
was
you never
born.
know
through
when
food.
you're gonna get inspired to.
Oh
do
my gosh,
something.
especially
like that morning,
within
you
the
probably had
Albanian-
no idea that you would have had this
No,
inspiration.
not at all.
and start.
Not at all. Not at all. It's and that's how it happened. But then food is It's so because we remember the
It's
taste, we
culture. It's our
remember the
culture. Yeah.
smells.
Yeah.
You remember because they make you feel good.
Yeah.
For example, remember juniper, right? Juniper oil is one of my favorites. Like, so there is this store where, like a Buddhist store, and in 14th Street, Union Square. So I go there all the time because I get the stuff that I need. So I go there, and that day was like a smell that I just couldn't put my finger at it, and I swear to God, I stayed there probably maybe more than an hour until I found it, and it was juniper. Juniper from my grandmother in Nict. She had those juniper bushes all around her. And I was like, but that's how it
And
is.
it just brings you back to the memories
Yes,
of childhood
of
or a special
course.
moment.
Yes.
within your
Or for
family.
example, bukfika. Do you have any foods, for example, that your mother or grandmother made? And then when someone else makes it, you're like, it's the same food, but it
It's
tastes
a
so different.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not the same. The
Everyone
same.
has their own touch to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm that way
course.
with gurabia. When my grandmother makes gurabia,
Yeah.
it's just a different, taste. It's a smell. It's just like
It's
it's
just
just from my grandmother's hands. When other
It's
people make it, I get excited when I see it,
yeah.
but it's just not the
Oh
same.
no, it's not because your grandmother didn't make it. The same thing with bukfika. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, my other grandmother, she had a house right by the river, by Tem, and she had so many fig trees all around. So she made jams and she dried figs, but she made bukfika also.
Oh my god, I
And
want some.
yeah, so yes, but they bring in Whole Foods, they bring bukfika from Spain.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have never been able to taste it. I bought it, I took it home because it's good when you make the cheese board and you
Yes.
put
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
it's really good. It goes well with it. I have never been able to taste it because I just feel like it's going to ruin my grandmother's.
So, what's the plan with this book? Are you going to continue do another version, edit?
Oh,
or
yes, definitely.
is-
Oh, no,
is
the
this
book
the
is the
first?
same. This is the first printing.
Okay.
And it's gone. Like we have
It's
so
sold out
few.
already?
Yes, in that selling out like in the airport in Tirana because Adrioni took over the book. They loved the book, so Adrioni took over. They put it in
Who's
the
Adrioni?
library. Adrioni is a publishing
Oh, publishing
company in
company, okay.
Albania. Yes, so we have been collaborating with them, and
Okay.
they are the only ones who have the store in the airport in Tirana.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yes. So they took the book over, and it's funny because they started with just a few copies just to see how it's going to go and just flies off the shelves. So, yeah, we're definitely going to reprint it again to
Okay.
fix a few things that I feel need getting better to send it to Barnes and Nobles because I want it in Barnes and Nobles now.
Okay.
And then we're going to, I have other versions of this book that we are working because we're going to do like celebrating Albania, and I want to bring all the holidays
Yeah.
because it's not just, for example, I want my nieces and, to know about when the holidays are, what to cook.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna be
It's
split
like,
up based on
holiday
holidays.
edition.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
there are certain foods that you only have at certain
Holidays.
Yeah.
yes,
Holidays.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And for
Baklava.
example, Albania
Kadayıf.
is so small, Kadayıf. Albania is so small, but they have different foods
From
and
the
they
regions, yeah.
celebrate by regions.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
There are certain foods that we make in Dibramada
Yes.
during like Ramadan
Okay.
that other people they've never even heard of or
course,
seen.
yeah.
So like it would be nice to incorporate based on region
Yes,
too.
yes.
I mean,
Try.
food is our culture, right? It's part of our culture. So it's a very important, I think what you're doing here is very great. And I commend you for it
Thank
because,
you.
and I
Appreciate it.
wish you can expand more to include like a holiday edition and then do regional too, because I feel like we still have foods from different regions that we haven't tried, we haven't heard of.
Yeah, there are a lot here too.
Yeah.
But now I see others because we have a page, an Instagram page, and we have a girl who manages it, and she's bringing in so many of like bloggers who cook,
Yeah.
and then I see a dish and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that. I saw this
What's the
before
name of
the
the-
book came out.
What's the name of the Instagram page?
Eating Albanian.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, very
so
nice.
there's
So
so
follow Eating
much.
Albanian on Instagram.
Thank you.
And you don't stop there, Aferdita. I feel like you keep on giving us. You have another book of traditional fables called Arca Magica and Nanas.
Yeah, that
This
was
is
the
very
first book, and that's in Albanian, and now we are doing the version in English. That's going to continue nonstop,
Very nice.
and we
So
hope for a very long time.
what pursued you to start something like this?
Actually, that's very important. So thank you for asking that question, because working in Albanian school and having kids of my own,
Yeah.
my oldest, for example, was born in Albania. So for him, reading Albanian wasn't a problem. So, but for my youngest, it's different. For example, we have Avatare, we have all these books that teaches them Albanian language, but for them to speak it, it's hard. Why? Because it's at homes, most speak in dialect. They can
Right.
speak the dialect from the south or from the north, and it gets very complicated for them. So then they doubt themselves and they don't talk.
Actually, that's a good point, because even when they go to different community events or in school with their friends, they all speak different dialects as well.
Yeah.
So then a word that you thought you knew, when somebody else says it, it's in a totally different dialect, and then they feel lost.
Understand, but they don't speak it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you bring those books, like, for example, that are mostly in Albania.
Yeah.
And they are mostly translations of the books that they already have in English. So when they read them in Albanian, it just it's not the same.
Right.
Or they bring those like fables or whatever songs that they have from Albania, and the language is more advanced for them to really understand and make it
Yeah.
easier for them to say it.
To process it.
You know, yes, process it also.
So, but-
this is a simplified version of the Albanian fables. So that means, yeah.
But also, though, I feel like this is very good for the community here. We have many Albanian schools here in the community.
Oh, yes.
So they can also apply these types of books when they have kids, and teaching them about the culture and teaching them about the language. It's the perfect source to.
Yeah, we have distributed actually a lot of the books because one of as I said before, I've always found people around who are ready to help
Yeah.
and willing to help. And I remember I went to Shoshata Dibra,
Yeah.
and Dashi was then the president, and we were there in the office. I was with my son, and I had the book also, and Harolini was there, and he was like, we were talking about the book because I would like to distribute the book because here's the thing. Once you start doing for the Albanian community, forget about making money. You cannot make money.
Yeah.
You just have to make money so you can make more books. That's
Right.
the whole aim of it. So I'm like, okay, how can I do? I really want the books that kind of come out, and give them to the children for free, so they don't have to buy them. And Herolini was like, so how many books do you want to buy? And I'm like, okay, probably, I don't know, maybe around 100. And then he was like, okay, done. So
I
there
like
were
how-
5.
so did they get a
So
diploma?
we created a
I like this.
diploma. It's
Ka
like
lexuar
the
me
first.
sukses librin e parë.
Për Arabëve shqiptare nga Syria. Very
So
nice.
that's
So
going to
cute.
be like the second. So that's something that I'm going to do with the rest of the books. Just find sponsors, and they're going to sponsor the book, buy the book, and so that it continues.
Very nice.
I like the diploma in each book.
Yeah, so the next one is going to be the second one.
Right.
We have another one in the printing process now, actually, and that one has the nursery rhymes and the songs for children.
Oh, very
perfect.
nice.
Yes, I'm looking forward for it to come out.
So let's talk a little bit about your community engagement. I know that. Can you share your experiences working with Albanian Roots and organizing cultural events?
Here's the thing. Once you start with the Albanian community, even though no matter what, how much overwhelming it gets sometimes, because Albanians, we have very hard time with boundaries. But sometimes I say, like, if Noli and Konica and Fishta got overwhelmed and took a break sometimes, we can all do that.
Yeah.
It just gets you in. You don't go there. It takes you.
Yeah.
Because you find that you can do something to help. You find that place where you can contribute. And then you do it. That's
Right.
all. It's not like you plan for it or no, you don't. I had the girls, I had around 40 girls, and then I knew Marco, and that's how we started. We brought the girls to the Albanian Roots, and we helped with,
And the girls were
organize the
doing
parade. And
cheerleading,
yes,
right?
they
They
were
were the
doing
Albanian Roots
cheerleading because it's
cheerleaders.
very important to me, and because I have noticed that it's important to our children. They are we like to say that they are Albanians, but they are Americans in the first place. So no matter what, that's their country, and then they are Albanians because it's their roots.
Yeah.
So in order for them to go forward and be who they want to be, they have to know about their roots and where they came from. And that way they are even better contributors to the country that they are
But
in.
that's why it's so important to not only through food, but also through, like the children's books.
Yes.
And even these magazines are absolutely amazing.
It's
I had a chance to
about-
look through them, but you're really capturing the culture, the language.
It's very important.
You're capturing
for me. It's
the
very
costumes,
important.
the clothing.
Everything. And at the same time, just having respect, even because we don't have to be great and to put someone else down.
Yeah.
We can be even greater if we both are great. That's kind of
Exactly.
thing. And so I want them, and that's how we started with the girls too. And they loved it. Now they're all in colleges and stuff.
This is what I liked about your magazines, and actually everything that you're taking out is they're all so positive. Sometimes when you go and you grab a magazine, at an airport or something to pass time and you're reading through, there's so much negative messaging or content.
Yeah, because that is easy. That was the
Finding
whole
the
thing.
positive.
If you ask,
So
for example,
important.
you talk the journalists that used to write for Votra, and we're still close, and they always used to say, "Votra is love."
It is.
Votra
I felt
is love.
it. I felt
So
it
it's like we never brought anything negative, because here's the thing: to bring something negative in a community that has suffered so much, it's so easy, and it attracts them like honey. Because it's so easy to hear something bad. It makes you feel like, okay, it's okay. My problem is not as big then.
Right. They're suffering also.
Yes, but we have taken the hard road. And then with the Albanian Roots, we did the festival in Brooklyn. That was the first festival. And actually it hasn't been done yet because COVID happened after.
Yeah.
And they actually asked me, like, when are we going to have another one? And that was amazing. We had over 2,000 people that we organized within a week or so in Settler Park in Brooklyn. It's a big community in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And Marco and Nick, they helped so much, and it was nice.
Who or what inspires you to keep pushing forward in your work for the Albanian community?
Oh my gosh, always my children.
Okay.
It's really something, but because here's the thing, through stages, we go through stages in life, right? And our priorities change through every single stage. We are a girl, we are a student, and then we are a daughter or a sister. But when you become a mother, it's like totally different. And then once you become like in a middle age, more important is like, okay, I am here now. I have this experience. I know this much from my past, and I am pretty much competent in it. We can never be, 100% because we don't know everything, but we are willing to learn. So what can I do, like, to bring that past to now, before we become the past?
Yeah.
Because that's very important to me. And for example, even with the Eating Albanian cookbook, I am a mother, not a grandmother yet, hopefully soon. But Lily's a grandmother. She has several grandchildren. So it's very important, like or my nieces, for example, I have nieces, so to have the book and
it's so
get
important
something
to
like
document those moments.
Yes,
because they get lost then.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that we did a cookbook, but with the hope that soon after us, someone else is going to bring another cookbook, which is going to be even better because they have something to depend on.
Yeah.
What would be cute is if you did like a dedicated page where maybe a grandmother has their recipe, but then one page is the recipe of the thing, and the other page is like their little story about.
That's the thing that we try to bring in the show.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, that's the thing, because on that, yeah,
Oh,
you're
look,
good
it's
at
so cute.
what you do. Yes, so thank you for that. And we did when we made the book. We thought that we're gonna start promoting the book. And the thing is that I am not very good at promoting it myself. I am better behind the scenes to work. So we were like, okay, how about we just do a few videos to promote some of the the dishes and recipes from the book. So we started with a few women here in the community in the US. We loved it so much. It was incredible. So then we did another season in Kosovo, and now we're ready to do another season here. So our aim is to go everywhere. In Albania, Montenegro, Chicago, Michigan, Boston, everywhere, and just
I
bring
think it would be a funny
dishes.
show. Also, just hearing the
It'll be-
grandparents.
So they bring those stories, like who made this dish,
Right.
And why, or why this dish is important to you, and why are you bringing this dish to your children, So it's like kind of.
I'm looking forward to
What do
that.
you hope? What do you hope your legacy will be after doing this? I mean, you've done already an impressive work, in my view, with the magazine, the fables, the cookbook. What are you hoping your legacy will be?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so there is the Egyptians. I've read a lot.
Okay.
So the Egyptians have a book that it says like the Egyptians Book of the Dead, and they say that when you die, and then when you go to God's
Next world, yeah.
door, then God asks you, did you find joy in your life? And did your life bring joy to others?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So that's
That's what you're hoping to
something.
achieve?
Yeah, one way. The other way is I don't know, because I wish I could say like I know how it's gonna be. Hopefully, and fingers crossed, I'm gonna have still a few decades to live. So God
Yeah.
knows how I'm gonna evolve or shed, layers during that time. But I just hope that it's like that, when they say like if you cut my body in 1,000 pieces and every single one of them just says love, that's what I
Well, I can
want
feel
it to
that through
be.
you.
Thank you. So it's like in the end, like become like a child. I don't want that to ever go away. So whatever comes, we cannot never do anything alone.
So your legacy
Because
is
I
all
just
about love and joy.
yes, and just bring in the right people, and somehow God brings you the right people.
Well, they
You
say
know?
you are what you attract. So if
I
you are positive,
Probably,
loving,
yeah, they
you're going to
say
attract
so,
positive and loving people.
But I've been lucky, I guess, to now. So I think just God helps us in whatever and they change. It keeps changing. It keeps evolving. So let's see how it's gonna be. I don't know. I hope good.
Any future projects that you want to share with us today?
For the moment, actually, we're just focusing on the books.
On the books, okay.
Yes, that's our aim for now. I really want the Eating Albanian to be in Barnes and Nobles. I want all the Albanian fables to be in Barnes and Nobles. And we have, oh my gosh, the illustrations are amazing. There is another book with the Albanian Shiros. And that one is going to be an amazing book too. So I just want to bring
Are the illustrations
everything beautiful
from
Albanians.
local artists?
Yes.
Yes.
Where? This one is from Kosovo.
Amazing.
Yes. Every single book has like real artist illustrations.
Do you want to also publish that online, or is it just only hardcovers at this
but
point?
step by step.
Step by step, yeah.
Step by step. It's not, because this is not like my full, full-time job. It's more of my passion.
Yeah.
So I try to give as much as I can. And now it's easier because my son went to college. So as they say, empty nester or better, bird lounger. So now I'm going to have more time. And I have a good staff.
Where can our
so.
listeners find, so Eating Albanian, they can go onto your Instagram page?
Yes, and we're going
Where
to have
can
it
they find
soon
the
in
book?
Amazon too and in the website.
Okay,
We're going to have
perfect.
it soon, yes.
So follow the website, follow Instagram for more
Yes,
information.
very important
Okay.
because that way we...
And how about
really,
your fable book?
the Fables is coming in English. It's going to be more in English, the series.
So where can we follow
and
on
the
that?
same. It's Albanian Fables.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the same. Everything is connected to Votra.
Okay.
So everything is
follow
under the
Votra.
Votra
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can share one message about the importance of preserving the Albanian culture, what would it be?
The more important is like to be real with the children, to let them embrace it, not force it. Because as I said before, you cannot fool the children born in diaspora about anything Albanian because they have it from a heart is just open to them. So just bring the best. Whatever you think that it's best
just
for them.
Like expose them to it.
And then let them embrace
it,
whatever they want and whatever fits into their life, and in their stage, for example, because children go through different stages, when they are little. For example, my son, he loved it. Once we were on stage, we were preparing for a festival and none of the kids would be, the head of the dance, the Albanian dance and then when my son saw that nobody was, he was like, it's okay, I'll do it. I have never been more prouder of him in that moment, because I didn't expect it. Because he wasn't much into dancing or so. He just took it as his duty that someone has to do it, so I'm just going to do it, And that was something that, in the same thing, and then it comes another stage where they go to high school and they go to college. And there are some children, for example, who embrace Albanian culture when they are in college. And they join all those clubs. And some of them, then they create families, they have no time. But then when they have children, they go back to it.
So it goes into waves.
It's never, always is through stages. I really believe life is stages.
Well,
it's just...
Aferdita, it was a pleasure talking to you. We learned so much about who you are and businesses that you started, and I applaud you for every initiative. I think they're very special in each way. So we hope to hear more of success in the future from you.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. I was very nervous
No, you're wonderful.
about it, but you made it so easy, and I appreciate it a lot because this is part of contributing.
Yes, absolutely.
To everything Albanian, to our culture. So thank you all for
thank
for
you
what
so
you
much,
do
and I'm
also.
looking forward
Thank
to reading this in Albanian and then actually reading it in English,
Thank you.
So I can compare.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful.
Bye.
Bye.